we are now 3 for 3 taking down woke companies. We have forced changes at Tractor Supply, at John Deere, and now at Harley Davidson. I'm going to show you the statement they put up and talk about what it means and how this is going to affect what we do going forward.
Down goes Harley. That's right. You, the viewer, the active participant in these videos, your voice, your commitment to sharing the news, to being involved in making sure Harley Davidson couldn't tweet, couldn't promote anything. You put the pressure on them so much that they have collapsed. They have said there will be no more diversity, equity, and inclusion functions, no more supplier diversity spend goals, and they will no longer participate in woke HRC scoring. They will also change their sponsorship activities and will focus exclusively on motorcycling, first responders, and active military and veterans. That instead of course, pride parades and, dance events for the youth. I couldn't be more proud of everyone. I'm actually going to have Robbie Starbuck on the channel live on Tuesday. So we'll be able to talk to him directly about this victory. But, for right now, let's take a look at Harley's notice. And it's just another reminder that these companies just should not be getting woke. These companies like Harley Davidson is why I started Coffee Brand Coffee. We roast all our own stuff. It's ultra small batch, roasted fresh on demand. You can get our top sellers like blueberry cobbler, strawberries and cream, or the silky ultra dark roast, the butterscotch toffee, and then we obviously have our cold brew. We have our summer flavors, which go away in just a few weeks. If you're a coffee person, promo code SWITCH, save 15% off site-wide, and give us a try. Available in whole bean and ground. Here's Robbie Starbuck, another win for our movement. I couldn't do this without all of you. Harley Davidson just issued this statement where they promise, quote, no more DEI functions, no more supplier diversity goal spends, no more HRC scoring, sponsorship activities, exclusively focusing on motorcycle, first responders, active military and veterans, no more woke training with socially motivated messages inside of them. Harley Davidson corporate can be sad all they want, but our movement gets results. I mean, this is perhaps it would not have been possible without all of you, without all of you spreading the word. So here is the letter. We remain committed to listening to all members of our community as we continue our journey together as one Harley Davidson United We Ride. Now, I wonder if, look what happened to their stock after hours. Their stock is flying up and after hours trading. I wonder why. People know, oh yeah, you were going to lose. Okay, we're good now. By the way, this is supposed to be the response. This is what's supposed to happen, right? For over 120 years, Harley Davidson had brought the joy of motorcycling to riders around the world, no matter where they are, who they are, where they come from, or what they believe in. We have a guiding principle, United We Ride. It defines how we run our business, treat our people, and underscores our commitment to welcoming all. Now, I want to point out, I don't want to be a poo in the punch bowl here, but I still think their CEO needs to go. Their CEO, I believe, is in this for the wrong reasons. They are like an evil actor, and I think that they should absolutely go. But based on the review, they are now committed to the following. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. We see it as every leader's role to ensure that we have business base that reflects our customers and geographies in which we operate. It's critical to our business that we hire and retain the best talent and that all employees feel welcome. Nobody had a problem with that. They go on to say, that said, we have not operated a DEI function since April 2024. Oh, wow, a whole 6 months. Anyway, we do not have a DEI function today. We do not have hiring quotas, and we no longer have supplier diversity spend goals, meaning, hey, you got to spend X, Y, and Z with Black people or Asians or LGBTQ people. We don't care if the parts are the best or the product is the best. Their skin must go. Business resource groups, or BERGs. To ensure alignment of our BERGs with business moving forward, we will be providing executive management to each group to exclusively focus on professional development, networking, and mentoring. So not woke crap. Okay. Sponsorships and affiliations. This is a big one. We're reviewing all sponsorships and organizations we are affiliated with. Actions stemming from this ongoing review include: 1, as a consumer brand, we will focus exclusively on growing the sport of motorcycling and retaining our loyal riding community, in addition to the support we already have to the first responders, active military members, and veterans. The Harley Davidson Foundation is committed to driving positive change in Milwaukee, such as through our recently unveiled Davidson Park at our Juneau headquarters. Harley Davidson will not participate in HRC scoring going forward. Employee training. The company continually evaluates its training opportunities to ensure they are right for our workforce. Training provided will be related to the needs of the business and be absent of any socially motivated content. Only legally required training has ever been mandatory at Harley Davidson. We believe in having broad employee and customer base is good for business. Again, we agree there. Everybody agrees with that. Nobody disagrees with you, okay? Nobody disagrees with that. It's all fine, you know? And you see in the comments, it's still getting ratioed. I literally cannot believe you thought this was a good idea. Robbie Starbucks, DEI Tractor Supply, got it. Wokeness at John Deere, got it. DEI Harley Davidson, got it. Now, what company? I would suggest Advance Auto Parts. Now, a lot of people say, thank you for putting the statement out. However, as a lifelong motorcyclist Harley owner and someone who actually was featured in the Harley Enthusiast magazine years ago, you seem to be hanging out on DEI. Additionally, talking about the last thing you need to replace your CEO immediately. He said he made his vision crystal clear to the public in wanting to take Harley Davidson to be a totally different company than that the public does not want. Please look into some great American business leaders who could take over the realms at Harley. Yeah, I would say that, in my opinion, the CEO and board need to go, but this is a step in the right direction. But it's not enough. Many people in the comments saying not good enough. Replace the CEO and the board. Until then, buy Indian. Go woke, go broke. Drop all the support for the rainbow crowd. Don't fund pride events. Well, they did say that. It's as if you have no clue who your customers are. Replace your Marxist CEO. That's from Adrian Curry. Not the B says, this is not anywhere near enough action. You're rotting from the inside and everybody can see it but you. Part of me, whenever you get like a W like this, when you get a win like this, part of me is always like, dang, maybe we should, let it be a win, enjoy the win, this, that, and the other thing, right? Sometimes if you're like pummeling somebody to make change and they make change and then you still pummel them, it sends a message to other people that you're only, that it wasn't worth capitulating to the customer backlash. In this particular case, I do think the CEO still needs to go. I think at this point, Harley Davidson will not be replacing their CEO. Otherwise, they may have made that a part of this. And I don't know if the movement against this guy, really has a lot of power and energy now. If they said they're dropping DEI, and they do, and they said they're dropping this, anti-whiteness training for their employees, that's good. It remains to, critical criticisms remain that they have moved production to Thailand out of Milwaukee or Menominee Falls, which they promised never to do. And also that their CEO is a woke ideologue. I think the CEO, if you really want to make an impact, you need to get rid of the CEO. I want to say this is still a win. This is still a win for the anti-DEI stuff, but I still think it's not quite enough. You see this? The company said to review all sponsorships and outside organizations the company affiliates with. The company will establish a central clearinghouse for approvals for these relationships. It also suggested that it would drop LGBTQ plus Pride event sponsorships, saying the brand going forward will focus exclusively on growing the sport of motorcycling. Now, down the road, couldn't they say, oh, well, we can sponsor a Pride event because we think that's going to bring more people to motorcycling? I think they left themselves kind of a weasel out. I think they left themselves a little too much wiggle room. The company said it would also end its relationship with the Human Rights Campaign, a leading LGBTQ advocacy group. So the woke left is pissed about this, but they don't buy motorcycles. They don't buy Harleys. Are there some leftoids that have Harleys? Yeah, probably. They probably have, some like hipsters that drive Harleys that are part of the, the crowd. But I think, and by the way, I should also say, I wouldn't say that most Harley owners are conservative. In my experience, most Harley riders are apolitical. I don't see a lot of Trump flags on Harleys. I just see Harleys with American flags. I mean, they love this country. They love the American flag. But I don't really think, that it's a big, I don't know. In my experience, bike riders are largely apolitical. I think that this is still a huge win and that Robbie Starbuck is doing incredible work. Indian motorcycles is obviously something a lot of people talk about. It's funny how you see this. The left went from no one is going to listen to you and change anything to calling me a crazy person who can single-handedly destroy a multi-billion-dollar business with lightning speed. Robbie Starbuck's movement is forcing struggling companies to concede that they will go broke otherwise. What? I mean, they made the decision, and look what's happening to their stock. I think that this is the opposite of going broke. Just stay out of the politics. Harley Davidson slams the brakes on woke policies after sparking biker and social media outrage. Okay, great. I think this is cool. I think this is the right decision. And I still think their CEO needs to go. And certainly if there's any more video that comes out of their CEO calling himself a member of the tally or whatever the case is for sustainability, I think that pressure's still going to be there. But this is a good start. I hope that they keep it up. We'll be watching. I know Robbie will be, and most of the internet will be as well. I'd say this is a win. A win in the battle, but not the war. But if you look at the bigger picture, Tractor Supply, John Deere, Harley Davidson, all of these companies made huge changes. Why? Because they looked back at what happened to Bud Light and they saw that we meant business. Maybe I'm not a Harley rider, okay? But I am a Tractor Supply customer and I am a John Deere customer. So not every one of these movements maybe is necessarily as close to home for each individual person. But if we all band together, we really can make change. And that has them absolutely terrified.